So just to prove the self-loathing of Western society, I have come across this article. It's pretty old, it's almost a year old, but it's still relevant because that's how people are. This guy posts photos of Mark Zuckerberg's house. He does not specifically give his address and zip code. He only says in vague interpretation that he lives 6 blocks away from his former house and gives a photograph of the house in question. So, in reality, he has not given people anything. He has not plastered all over the internet Mark Zuckerberg's personal information. You're not going to be able to go stalk Mark Zuckerberg or anything like that. And in the comments section, you will see everybody and their mother talking bad about this guy as a vigilante journalist, that, he is disgraceful, that his methods are degenerate, that, he crosses the line between good journalism and just, paparazzi stuff. He's a sleazeball. I'm paraphrasing, but what I'm trying to say is that they find time to call this guy out on unethical behavior, but yet Mark Zuckerberg is completely fine. Mark Zuckerberg is just a young entrepreneur who's not directly responsible for anything, even though he invented Facebook, and thereby, by extension, he invented every policy of Facebook. Clearly, he knew what he was getting himself into. He's not some naive child that doesn't know what everyone around him is doing, and just all these important businessmen are telling me what to do. No, Mark Zuckerberg went to fucking Harvard. He knows what he's doing. He's an evil person. And he's taking you for a ride. He's making a fool out of you. He is using your personal information to make himself more money, and he is selling you out to the highest bidder. Not even the highest bidder, the lowest bidder. He's willing to sell you out for a penny. And this guy is not doing it for the money. So, who's really the unethical one here? The guy selling your personal information for money, or the guy giving out the information of the guy giving out your information? He's not making any money off of it. He is only doing what Mark Zuckerberg was doing to other people, and he hasn't even given out specific details, only photographs and a little interpretation. But yet people find time to bash this guy. Why? Because they love the rich. They wish they were Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, they wish they could suck Mark Zuckerberg's dick. It is disgusting how much Western society worships the bourgeoisie. I mean, it is false idols. That's what it is. You may as well have the fucking golden calf and Baphomet symbols and orgies and all the other bullshit. Because you stand these rich people up on a pedestal, and they are incapable of wrong. Oh, they're never responsible for any wrongdoing. They are never responsible for anything that their company, that they're in charge of, does to other people. But yet, some other guy who's not even doing anything remotely as bad is the bane of all existence. He's so terrible. In fact, one of the comments says something along the lines of, that's what it's like on the internet, when you agree to the terms of service, blah blah blah, but then turns around and finds time to cut him down and to dismiss him as, the unethical one, as the villainous one. So why are you wasting your time trying to bring this guy down, but yet I don't see you saying shit about Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who actually deserves to be cut down? No, I wish Mark Zuckerberg's information was out there in the public. If I had the money, I would pay you to find Mark Zuckerberg's personal information and plaster it everywhere. His phone number, his mother's maiden name, his address, his zip code, his credit card numbers, everything. That way Mark Zuckerberg would know what it feels like. And we would still be ethically better because we wouldn't be doing it for money. We're not mercenaries for hire. We're not greedy pieces of shit that think people's privacy and freedoms are up for sale. We are doing it out of principle. Something Mark Zuckerberg does not have. Something that his sycophants and ass-kissing mob does not have. Most people in Western society do not have principles. They don't know the first thing about principles, and therefore they have no legitimate argument of what is and isn't ethical behavior. There was nothing unethical about what this guy did. He just posted a fucking picture of a house. I could grab any house picture on a Google search and claim it was Mark Zuckerberg's house. It's just that simple. You know, this is completely harmless. And even so, they find time to bash him. Because that is the extent of the worship of the rich. And it makes me sick to my stomach because you are poor. You have no voice in anything. You have no freedom. These people take you for granted. And you still worship the ground they walk on. You still glorify them. You still grovel at their feet. And anything they do to you, you excuse. But then you have time to show your fangs to your fellow man, to the person that's in the same position as you are. That's some fucking twisted shit, man. That's like rapture shit. That's like biblical revelations crap. You know, people are that evil. And I guess that's all I have to say.